So I'm kind of curious if we go back to 2018 and 2019, if there's anything really substantial, like super substantial, outside of like hitting 1 million subs. That was a big deal. That was a big deal for me. 2018, we sort of kick off with a bang because we get a big ass animated intro for the stream, and everyone's seen this like a billion times. But this had been a project concepted by literally people that have made artwork for us over the years. Keeters, Quiet, and a bunch of other dudes. They showed this to me like 1.5 years ago, and they weren't able to make it, but I ended up wanting to commission them to make the full intro. And that was pretty important, man. So the beginning of 2018, Sakura is announced for Street Fighter V, and that's pretty cool. I make a very basic video talking about how to extend Dragon Ball combos, and people friggin' love it. I keep making videos about MVCI, even in between me making Dragon Ball videos, and it's pretty obvious that the Dragon Ball videos are doing much better, right? I make Monster Hunter videos that sort of cover and recover the events that me and Jessica have on stream as we're playing Monster Hunter, and those end up doing very well as well. People gave a shit about us playing Monster Hunter together. Oh, here's one that I definitely want to talk about. I made an April Fool's video. Instead of Boss Rage, it was called Bass Rage. This is a April Fool's joke turned into a miniature Boss Rage where I have no fishing skill in the game, and I'm gonna hunt one of the hardest fish there is in the whole game to hunt.
Pee Wee Herman impression? Oh, yeah, right. He's probably got a super or something.
This is why I main Noctis. Exactly, this is why I main Noctis.
I am Noctis, Prince of Lucis and King of Fishing!
King of Fishing. That was a fun video. I enjoyed that because I was really into Final Fantasy 15 at the time. I thought FF15 was a lot of fun. Oh, this video for... My God, man. This goes on to have 727,000 views. This was just a video that generally was my thoughts on the whole situation of Marvel vs. Capcom several months after the fact. There was no updates, there was no news, just nothing on the Marvel vs. Capcom front. I thought this video was actually important and necessary because the big thing at the end of all of this was taking the entire situation into account and then talking about it. The big thing that ended up hurting the most, and Steve said it sometimes, Marvel Infinite never got the support it needed. It never got the support from developers. It never got the support from Marvel or Capcom, and that's the shittiest part. Funniest thing is that right around this time frame, Infinity War Part 1 comes out, and there's like a resurgence of interest in Marvel vs. Capcom as well as MVCI. Like I make a couple of Thanos videos and they do quite well. I felt like probably one of the biggest Marvel vs. Capcom fans around this time frame because I still really liked MVCI. And even though I did a lot to fix the PC version visually, it was just one of those scenarios where now that the game is obviously not getting updated, there's nothing anyone can say at this point. In my opinion, by this point where we were talking about all this Marvel vs. Capcom stuff at the middle of 2018, I was really happy with making all these videos because there was no way that anyone could accuse me of being a shill anymore, you know? So that was kind of refreshing that a lot of the people that were casually pissed off at MVCI weren't around anymore. But yeah, 2018 for Capcom and E3 is absolutely incredible.
Whoa! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, what the?
Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, Leon! Whoa!
Oh, he looks like Bieber.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, this trailer is a lot better than the RE3 trailer. Anything else nutty this year? The PC version of Monster Hunter, Resident Evil 2. Hype and Rage. I played through a lot of the Resident Evil 2 games in this time frame, and I put up Hype and Rages for every single one of them, so at least compilations of some kind. One of the things I actually remember in this year coming back to was Mortal Kombat X, and MKX is so fucking good. But then G came out for Street Fighter, and he's actually incredible. Like, G was super sick, man. Oh yeah, Cooler was announced, and he was That was the character I was looking forward to like the most for Dragon Ball FighterZ. This was a big bummer. A lot of my old boss rages, fighting histories, and assist me's were taken down. That really sucked. And I keep forgetting that this happened, but all those videos are back on the channel, thank God. Even though I'm not making any money off of them, I don't care. I just want them to be there. But yeah, my God, dude, just... There's so much shit is being announced in this time frame, dude. It's ridiculous. Rate the Super, I think, also starts around this time frame, which is great because Rate the Super is still one of the ongoing, in my opinion, really fun shows. But there's obviously, like, in this time frame, the channel has switched from a bit of what it was back when I started, right? Like the bigger production, large scale aspect of YouTube just doesn't resonate as much anymore. In this year, there's a lot of stuff that happens and there's a lot of stuff I cover and a lot of stuff I talk about, but there's nothing that I think like is really like I want to go back and check out and watch because it's nothing like super impactful outside of seeing some cool reactions and what happens during the moment-to-moment of the Game Awards or, you know, things like that. And the reason for that is because people like this stuff way more. Subsequently, 2019 is when I see some of my greatest growth, when I start stepping away from doing all of the big production stuff. I see some of the most growth on the channel. That was a big kind of wake-up call that, oh my God, this is definitely a unique trend that I wasn't ready for and is absolutely happening now. It's just the way it's kind of been since this point. Even if we go into 2019, I don't know if I'm going to come across anything else that's a lot different, because that's just the way it sort of is, you know? Oh, here's a video that I would really like to highlight. This one is not even made by me. I think this is made by Bruno?
This game's fun.
And I ended up, he made the video himself and I did some small edits to it, but I ended up paying him so that I can put it on the channel. This video is a lot of fun. That shit made me so hyped when I saw that in a magazine. This thing right here, my God, man. Unfortunately, the game kind of sucked. I don't know why you guys are talking shit about this game. This game's awesome. I'm gonna need you to rethink your collective consciousness, chat.
Bullshit, chat room. You need to think about what you did.
It's a very fun slice of life of the stream. I would actually like it if more videos like this sort of made it to the YouTube channel. And the biggest challenge of this is like, obviously entertaining editing and good moments. Moments and weird things like this kind of happen a lot. Like right when we visit old games, when we even check out new games and then we get into a conversation or anything like that, they can be easily turned into videos, but some of them just don't make it to YouTube. And that's due to time, it's due to limited resources, it's due to like a lot of shit. And that's something I actually do want to change in 2020, you know? That's something that I want to have happen differently for next year, where we actually get these conversational topics and things like that. More of the stuff that's consistently on this platform onto YouTube, because guess what? People obviously fucking like it. It's obviously good for me monetarily, and it's obviously good for you guys because clearly you guys give a shit about this stuff. Damn, Blanca, you look horrible. Oh my, oh no. Yeah, that's definitely, I think, a highlight video. And I think we can just carry it right over to 2019. This was a pretty big deal. My network just completely drops me out of nowhere because of my old videos. That definitely wasn't fun. It led to a very rough first couple of months. But funny enough, I go back and I look at this, and it kind of blows my mind. The Resident Evil 2 full playthrough, and mind you, these videos are like 4 to 5 to 3 hours each. People really like this, and I think this is something that we're gonna have to potentially get done in the future. I think like the full game playthroughs of like the games we actually play through that don't end up making it anywhere, from this point forward, I think they should make it onto the channel, right? I don't want to turn it into a Let's Play channel. I don't think that's a good idea. I do kind of like this format though, you know? Like the lore runs, like the Bloodborne lore run, that went up and that ended up doing pretty good. These things I think are pretty cool because they don't take up a ton of time. They actually fulfill something that a lot of people are asking for, which is, where did that playthrough go? You know, where is it? 10 comes out for Smash, and me playing this game online actually physically hurts. Really, like I was saying earlier, 2018, 2019 ends up being like a couple of my best years on YouTube in terms of just overall viewership and growth. And while I'm pretty skeptical of MK MK11, I am excited, you know? Like, I do want the game to come out and be good, but MK11 eventually comes out. It really feels like, to me, Injustice 2 kind of all over again, you know? The beginning of the year is filled with RE2 and Devil May Cry 5, and they're both absolutely incredible. Yeah, this is a pretty big thing. I mean, I'm not too sure if there's anything I can need to highlight. This is just a discussion video, which is what people really like. It's exactly what YouTube is about now. You know, it's about the one-to-one relationship with you and the creator. And the funny thing is that that's a lot of what Twitch has been for years, you know? So I feel that like YouTube and Twitch are more similar now than ever. Is it big production things? No, it's the fact that Capcom's releasing a fucking arcade stick, and what the hell are they doing? And oh my god, let's laugh at it. Oh, this video is funny. This is a funny video. It's completely okay. I'm gonna pick my new main.
Oh, copying my main.
He looks really cool, right? Kenny. Kenny?
Stupid Max, you greatest way. I spent millions of dollars trying to get this goddamn thing, and Max rubs it in my face.
That was my first quitality. That was a good set. That was probably What is that video? Just like a little slice of life of the stream. Man, which trailer was this for FF7?
We wanted to give you a new look at a long-awaited game.
That's a very skeptical look. This was the first time we had heard or seen anything of FF7 Remake since 2015. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. We waited 4 years to see this trailer.
Hands up.
Oh my god.
I'm here for you to help take the load off your shoulders.
So, what's our next move, boss?
That's easy enough.
Okay?
Oh my god. They're gonna make reservations at E3? It's gonna be playable? Shit is amazing. No, this is fucking Square's killing it, dude. This whole presentation is incredible if you're an FF7 fan. Like, this is just...
They're doing it right. They're doing it right. They're doing it right. Okay.
This presentation does exactly what it needed to do. It needed to show people that this isn't just a movie. This isn't just a lot of pretty characters and pretty cutscenes.
Remake.
This is a real fucking game. It's the realization that this 4-year-old dream isn't just the movie. It's gonna be an actual real game.
Wait. Yeah, you can choose characters.
Holy shit.
I'd been waiting for this moment at E3 for 4 years, man. Waiting one E3 after the next, after the next, after the next. Just year after year, just waiting for someone to show something on Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, that was a pretty big deal. Is my Panzer Dragoon reaction in here? Because that's another big one for me and Simmons.
Whoa. What's going on? I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Impossible. Shit's fucking fake.
Fucking god, dude.
Impossible. This is one of my favorite games ever.
I don't fucking believe it.
What timeline am I living in? This is another big video for me personally, but once again, it's not like a big production video. It's just a story of me going to E3 and meeting the director, and I believe it was one of the producers or planners of Final Fantasy VII, having a conversation with them, and them having a conversation with me. It was pretty impactful what they said to me, and dreams were coming true, right? Fucking dreams. Things were just happening and blowing my mind. Even though it felt like it was kind of a dry year for E3, it was an incredible one for me personally. But yeah, the rest of the year is just full of, you know, MK11 videos, and Samurai Showdown comes out, and it's really good. Power Rangers ends up being my personal favorite fighting game of the year. I get some cool sponsorship opportunities between like Teppen, and it's going fantastic, and NZXT becomes a sponsor this year, and they've been more than amazing. There's not a lot of like crazy big moments that happen other than we just get to absorb all of these wonderful, crazy games and just share them with everyone. That is what YouTube is all about now. It's about taking these moments that happen online that not everyone gets to see and telling these little stories about them. Going into 2020, I'm really curious how YouTube is going to, how things are going to change. Is it just going to be a lot more of similar sort of events and me just being more consistent on the channel? And I hope that's actually the case. I hope going forward with YouTube and some of the efforts that I'm putting into now, I can go for the best stuff I can possibly make here and have that translate to, you know, this side. Because this year was definitely the year of like, dreams are coming true.